It is an honor to be here right now. Let me just talk to you a little bit. You know, I was asked to come through on hip hop's 50th anniversary. You guys know this was celebrating around the world with this. And what's so important, what's so interesting about me being here right now is that some of you may also know this, that this is the place where I began my career, right here at the Brooklyn Public Library. Right here. I was a homeless dude. I used to sleep in Prospect Park years ago. This is like 81, 82. I'm walking around and I had a vision in myself of being an MC. Now back in the days, or some of you say rapper, back in the days, hip hop was only in the park. And it wasn't a mainstream thing. It was something we did just on our own, just the way we were. It was our recreation, what is now called breaking or breakdancing, MCing or rap, graffiti art, graffiti writing, aerosol art, spray can art, DJing, cutting, mixing, scratching. These elements are what we used to do as our pastime. It was part of who we were. No one taught us this. No one showed us this. These arts came from us out into the street. Yes. And it happened right in this neighborhood. Now, we know the traditional history of hip hop is that it starts in the Bronx. 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx. 1520 Sedgwick Avenue is where a guy named Cool DJ Herc brought out his equipment, similar to this. Brought out his equipment at the request of his sister Cindy. Cindy Campbell was trying to throw a party to raise money to go back to school. The idea was raise a little cash so we could go get clothes and books and all type of supplies to go back to school. So hip hop begins as a back to school jam. Cool DJ Herc comes out and he starts doing a specific kind of DJing that he called the merry-go-round. The merry-go-round was all about playing the instrumental breaks of records only. I was about 8 years old at the time. I was living in the Bronx, 1973, and I played on the same block, 1973, August 11th. Me and my brother, we was up and down this block playing with, back in the days, it was something called a big wheel. The big wheel, you get on it and ride. Well, we rode our big wheel up and down the block, not realizing that what we were doing and who we were was actually the way the entire world was. Now, I'm gonna get a little deep on you real quick. I hope you can take it. But we are at hip hop's 50th anniversary, so I gotta put this on you real quick. Gotta put this on you real quick. Rap is something we do. Hip hop is something we live. It is the culture of hip hop that creates rap, creates graffiti writing, makes you want to break, boogie, pop, lock, all of that. There's an attitude, there's a way to be that causes these elements to exist. Most people just focus on the rapping, but they don't focus on the fact that hip hop, breaking and seeing graffiti or DJing, not only is this entertainment, but first, breaking and seeing graffiti art and DJing are human skills. And this is what I want to leave with you today. Hip-hop beyond entertainment. Hip-hop is a human skill. Breaking is dance. Dance is at the birth of human consciousness. We're in a library. Come back here another time and pull out some books on paleoanthropology. That's a little bit of what we're talking about right now. Paleoanthropology, the origins of humans. Where do humans come from? Why do we think the way we do? Well, at the birth of humanity, what causes intelligence, consciousness, starts with dance. Aboriginals will tell you in a minute. Go to Australia, some of the oldest people in the world. They say, how did you come up with your civilization? They say, we started dancing. You may take dance today and say, oh, it's just dance. Dance is at the birth of human consciousness. MCing or rap, this is spoken word, but really, it is speech. To rap, when you're rapping, you're using both sides of your brain. When you're rapping, you're using reasoning skills, language arts. You're feeling the environment you're in and transforming it into words, poetry. Speech is at the beginning of human awareness. Rapping is not just entertainment. It is a way to convey your feelings. It is speech. So to be the best MC, you should also strive to be the best speaker and the best storyteller, the best wordsmith. You know, the brain cannot see without words. And this is what makes MCing so important. Think about this. What you are seeing is only based on your vocabulary. Think about that. If you don't have a word for something, you don't see it. Think about that. If you don't have a word, there's things going on in this room right now, but they go unnoticed because we don't have words for them. Like if an electrician walked in here, the electrician would see a totally different room than what we see, because the electrician has electrician language, amps, ohms, wattage, voltage. They're looking at the room completely different based on what the words they know. The same room, a plumber could walk in. The plumber's looking at the room completely different. Why? Because the plumber has plumbing language. You see according to your vocabulary. The more words you know, the more things you can see. This is why libraries are so important. This is the one reason, there are a bunch, but the one reason why libraries are so important is because they deal with words. They're dealing with reading. They're dealing with writing, language arts. These things open reality up. You know, the Bible says, in the beginning was the Word. Words create reality. Again, words create reality. You are only seeing according to your vocabulary. So now move on. Graffiti writing. The oldest form of human calligraphy known is graffiti art. The oldest. Get this. Now we're not just breaking and seeing graffiti art, DJing. This is paleoanthropology. Our elements are at the birth of human understanding. When you take the turntable away and just deal with cutting, mixing, and scratching, this is what early humans did to create clothing, food, weapons, cutting, mixing, and scratch him. This is at the birth. Again, this is the birth, not afterwards. This is what's causing human awareness. Think about this. The mind that created letters, you know your letters, A, B, C, D, these symbols, the mind that created letters could not read. The mind that creates letters and writing, making symbols out of sounds, the mind that creates that is illiterate. There's something about, and this I'm gonna leave you with this, there's something about not knowing that causes knowing. The people that made mathematics could not count. Think about this. Let's say mathematics was created on a Wednesday. Monday, there's a group of people without mathematics. On Monday, nobody knows what mathematics is. Suddenly on Tuesday, the mind that does not know what math is, does not have any letters, that's the mind that creates math. Now the children of that mind is immersed in a math world. They don't know what it's like not to have letters or numbers. So now we're building our civilization based on what our parents gave us. They gave us numbers, they gave us letters, they gave us writing. But the mind that created letters and writing and numbers was illiterate, couldn't count, could not write. There's something about not knowing that causes knowing. Ignorance is indeed bliss. Because when you don't know something, it gives you courage to do the impossible. Most of the time, people are they're taught away from their goals. You know, you go into college or whatever, some higher learning, you say, I'm gonna go to college, I wanna be an electrical engineer. You go into college, you go through 4 years, 6 years, you get your your degree, and then you come out, and you say, well now I'm an electrical engineer and I'm going to, and it's like, no. You know, and let me make sure, hold on, who do I look at for my time? Huh? I'm good? Okay. Just cut me off. What I'm trying to explain here, delving a little bit into philosophy as well, is about perception, about words, about the importance of the library, about the importance of your perception based on your vocabulary. These are the things we're talking about. I want to jump to something else because we are talking about hip hop's 50th anniversary, and I don't know if I can take questions here. Can I take questions? I can take questions. So get your questions ready. 2 minutes. Just anything you want to question on or so on. I'm gonna bring this to a close. My point here, let me bring it all the way around. Like I said when I first came out here, this is my school, the Brooklyn Public Library. This is where I learned, this is where I started. I owe so much to this place. You can't even imagine. This was the shelter. This was it. This was it. This was the place. We used to come here and write our rhymes. My first album, half of it was written here. And this is where we honed our skills. You know, years ago, the Brooklyn Public Library on this side of the street, they used to have poetry outside of the building. On the side of the building, there was rhymes on the side of the building. It's gone now. But when I was young, it was there. And that was part of the influence as well. That was part of the influence. What I want to say about that, I'm jumping. What I want to say about that is, again, the importance of not just the inside of the library, like the books and stuff, but the actual edifice itself, the building itself, the architecture of the building itself, the symbolism on the outside here. Study that. The building itself is exuding with knowledge. The images that you see around, they tell a story about civilization and how it rises and how it falls. And I just want to point that out to you because this is a very, very, very important building that you're in right now. Very important. This is the center of knowledge. And let me say this. I got a free education, y'all. Free! Did you hear the word free? Free things. A free education. Now, I'm not bragging. Please don't take it the wrong way. But what I learned here, studying on my own, coming in whenever I wanted to come in, I just came in, I sat down, I read a book. That was the only requirement to be here. You had to read a book. So I got here, I started reading. I read everything I could. If the philosophy, philosophy was over here. I used to go up here, spend hours up in that room over there. Now, I lecture at all the major universities. Get this. Don't clap for that. It's a cheat. I'm standing in front of students that are spending 40 and 50 and 60,000 for an education. Okay? I came to the Brooklyn Public Library, got a free education. But look, now the colleges pay me. You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. They're not hearing me. They're not hearing me. And I'm saying, please don't take this the wrong way. Look, if you're in college, stay in school. No doubt. But the truth of the matter is that when you study on your own, when you learn what you want to learn, when you want to learn it, how you want to learn it, that's how you learn. That's how you learn. And the library offers that opportunity. Use it, use it, use it. Thank you for having me today. Thank you again, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the consciousness of hip-hop, KRS-One, give it up.